Hey guys, it's Rafi, and I am playing a 15-minute game with 3 seconds of increment today. And yeah, we're off to a pretty interesting start here. So already kind of a strange move order here. He played knight f6, now c6. I'm sure he'll probably follow up with d5 next. So I'm just thinking if there is any active way I can stop that, maybe. Probably knight c3 is the best way to proceed forward here. Playing a guy from Norway. Hometown of Magnus Carlsen. Now I play bishop g5. My idea is to play e3, get my bishop to d3, get my knight to e2, and then castle. This is a system that I've developed against this kind of opening, against a bunch of openings actually, where I start with the game with d4. Yeah, so after this move, I will probably continue with my regular move e3. So he wants to take up some space over here on the queen side. So he's going to want to play b5 here next. So I'm thinking if I want to play a move like a4 to stop that. I think I do. Let's just not let him take space for no reason. So he goes pretty aggressively and attacks on this side of the board. Thinking about whether to play queen b3 or do I want to queen b3, rook b8. I can take the knight and then pick up the pawn on d5. That's an interesting idea. Queen b3, knight a4. Knight a5, I mean. I can play, in that case, queen a2. But f3 is also a possible move here, by the way. That's what I'm considering. Do I play an attacking and developing move like queen b3, or do I play f3 here? I kind of like the idea of being aggressive and attacking. Let's go with queen b3 here. Like this a lot. If knight a5, my logic here is that I could play queen a2, queen c2, whatever move I play, it will be followed by the move b4 next, at which point he will need to move his move his pieces again. So I think this is how I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep pressure on that d5 pawn. So my threat now is to take the knight on f6 and then pick up the pawn on d5. Okay. That is interesting. So he obviously stops the idea of, any possibilities of me taking away d5. So let's go ahead and... Do I want to play rook b1? Then bishop f5 is annoying. So bishop d3 is probably the most logical way to develop now. Maybe then I'll play rook b1 followed by b4. But here he can get his bishop into the... Oh, I thought he was going to play bishop b4, but he didn't. So don't need to worry about that. Rook b1 now makes most sense because I'm going to play b4, kick back his knight. Now b4 is most logical. I think. Although after knight c6, he's attacking my b pawn again, so that's annoying. Now I have to kind of push this pawn forward, unfortunately. That's going to be a little tricky. Or I can defend with the queen, but then I'm moving my queen again. This b4 idea maybe wasn't the most practical way of playing this. Because now I definitely don't want to have to play a move like b5 here, because then he hops into b4, which would be super annoying. Yeah, I'm playing this a little too fast. I'm calculating deeply. So bishop f6, then b5 is one option. Bishop f6, gf6 is interesting though. Then bishop f6, gf6. Also, there's bishop f6, knight b4, rook b4, bishop b4 is not possible. Actually, the queen hangs. Bishop f6, gf6, then what? It does kind of break up his kingside structure, but I think it helps him more than anything. Don't think I'm doing him any harm by doing that at all. Man, this b4 move was a horrible move. Why did I do this? Goodness. I think I'm gonna have to play this. It's the only way to rock and roll without having to waste trillions of years. Oof, this is super weird position. I think I have to play queen d2, and he's gonna take my bishop. Just losing a very healthy piece here. Lost a very healthy d3 bishop there to a knight that was on the side of the board a second ago. I should have just played f3, knight e2, just castled. And I would have been 10 times better in this position. Oh, see, now he's got more attack. Oh, now I'm losing the exchange. Gosh. This is a bad game, guys. This is just a bad game. e4, then he takes. e4, knight takes. e4, pawn takes also is possible. If I just go down the exchange and just accept that, it's just accepting defeat. I gotta play for activity and complications. Yep. By far the best move. Gosh, I am so lost. I mean, I'm playing terrible. This guy is playing extremely well. Holy crap. Or I'm playing extremely terribly. Haven't figured out which one is more true at this point. I made this even 10 times worse by playing e4. Goodness. I don't know. I think this game is completely lost no matter what I do at this point. It's just a matter of how quickly can he destroy me. Yep. It's completely falling apart now. Everything is falling apart. This might be one of the worst games I've played in a long time. Like, seriously. This may actually be one of the worst games I've ever played. Holy crap. I don't even know what to commentate on this game anymore. It's just so bad. I'm losing so horribly that I don't even know. I don't even know what to comment on this anymore. It's just really bad. Extremely bad loss. As in, like, I'm experiencing total obliteration here. I'm gonna resign this in a couple of moves. I think it's just dead. I'm dead meat here. I have to force a queen trade because otherwise I'm just getting checkmated here. If rook c2, king d1. Fudge. Wow, I didn't have any commentary in this game because I mean I got absolutely clobbered in this game. So Not sure what to say. Let's look at it. I've rarely lost this bad. I mean, this game, it's guy rated 1896. And I got absolutely obliterated this game. All right, so all this is fine in the beginning, I think. I think it was when I played this queen a2 and all this weird stuff is when I started really going wrong there in these positions. Okay, so a4 is a mistake here. Why is that? Because the b4 squares become so weak. That's exactly what it is. He threw me off with this a6 by tempting me to play a4, I see. Should have just played bishop d3 or taken the knight even. He plays bishop g4, and I thought I played a decent move, queen b3. I hit the b pawn, everything. Plays this, and I think this queen a2 was kind of strange. I had a feeling that this probably wasn't the best square for my queen. I wanted to keep this pressure on this d5 pawn for whatever reason, even though he could just play e6 at any moment. This is where I started messing up. I just stopped following basic principles of chess. Get your pieces out, develop your pieces in castle, and do your normal things. Instead, I did all sorts of weird stuff. Rook b1 is the first mistake. Should have just gotten my pieces out. Second mistake. Trying to kick back the knight instead of developing pieces. Then I continue to push this, make it even worse. Now I just lose the exchange no matter what. Takes f5 is being suggested as a move. That's crazy. That shows you how lost the position really was at this point. Wow, I'm the highest rated player he's ever beaten. That's crazy. The guy played, absolute accurate chess. Extremely disappointed, guys. Extremely disappointed game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it and learned something. Main takeaways is that I wasted time, didn't play developing moves, and I paid the price. Simple as that. Shouldn't have played moves like a4 and rook b1 and queen a2 and these kind of things. You just can't do it. You got to quickly develop your pieces. Follow the principle of maximum activity by putting your piece on the most active squares. Follow the principle of least active piece by developing the least active piece. You need to castle. You need to control the center. And you need to connect your rooks. Simple as that. And I didn't do any of that this game. So this is an example of what happens, when you don't follow opening principles. So hopefully you guys learned something from it. And I'll catch you guys in my next video.